Hey everyone, I'm here with Steve from Vaisala. Steve, tell us about the company.
Vaisala is a company that's been around since the 30s. We're the inventor of humidity sensors, the solid state technology maybe 50 years ago, but really focus on the critical applications. So in an event like this, the places we are in data centers, battery production has been pretty popular lately, clean room, life science, semiconductor, another big trend with bringing sensor production back to the US. And for us, those are the more critical applications where our sensors will perform and outperform pretty much what's out there. So we've been making this technology longer than anyone else and make more than anyone else. And we invest a lot into R&D, and we have our own clean room. So we build our own sensor and have complete control over its manufacturing. And that's one of our unique features in this offering.
Makes sense. And what brings you guys here to AHR?
It's something we've been coming to for decades. I've been with the company 32 years. We've been coming since before that. But during COVID, it stopped. And we were a little concerned coming out of COVID. Was it the beginning of the end of trade shows or the beginning of the comeback? And we haven't been since 2020. And back then we thought, it's just some flu in China. It'll be over in 2 weeks. Who knew? And last year we were a little hesitant, I think, not knowing if it was going to come back, but we're very happy to be back, and it's busier than ever, it appears to be.
Yeah, same observation for us. And you guys have had a very busy booth. What are you excited to be talking about here?
We've been getting a lot of inquiries lately about indoor air quality. Energy savings has been really big. And for us, one of the other sensor technologies developed measures CO2, and it's used for demand control ventilation, where you can use the CO2 levels to indicate when a building is populated and when it isn't, and you can optimize your HVAC system really based on true occupancy. So the CO2, which measures the breath you exhale, can look at the volume of people when they're there, and you can adjust accordingly. The technology, the idea has been around for decades, but traditionally these sensors have been incredibly unreliable. They would have to calibrate them 3-month intervals, which is impractical. And we've developed, again, our own unique sensor called CARBOCAP that takes that interval of 3-month calibration and makes it 5 years. So it becomes very practical to put in the field. So it's accurate, stable, and reliable. And we're on our 3rd generation of that sensor, but we still struggle with people who say, all CO2 sensors drift and we don't want to use them. So part of this is education, but we've seen a much bigger increase lately because of the demand on looking at the quality of indoor air and looking at energy savings. And that's a sensor technology that can help in both of those.
One follow-up for you, if you don't mind. You said you're on your 3rd generation of sensor. When you go from one generation to the next, what types of things take place? What types of feedback? What does that look like?
Well, you're looking for what applications or what features we might be missing, because the more you get into an application in different industries, the more you learn about what some of the requirements are. And as our technology develops, as we learn more about it, again, these are ways, since we make these sensors ourselves in our own clean room, we can constantly try to find ways to innovate and make it more accurate, more stable, more reliable. And that's something that we've done with this sensor in its 3rd generation.
Steve, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.